This has been the Troublemaker Coach, and I want to tell you about a new pilot program that I've got starting this month that I think might just be of interest to you. So it's specifically for two types of people. Number one is you're stuck at a certain level in the construction industry and you can't seem to step up to that next level. Or number two is you got the reverse problem like I had, where you get thrown in the deep end and you think, what the am I supposed to do now? How did you get into the position that you're currently in? I'm going to tell you a quick story about how I got most of my career I spent as a construction superintendent. Anyway, digress a little bit. This is how I actually became a superintendent. So I was on a little gold mine down in Bendigo in Victoria, and the superintendent, I was the supervisor at this point in time. I'd actually only just come off the tools. I had a lot of supervisory experience before, but I'd been on the tools on a job in Darwin. Supervisor there really liked me. He brought me down to this job as a supervisor, and one day my superintendent walked up to me and goes, "Hey Beanie." "Yeah, Pete." "I just sacked the construction manager." He said, "I'm the construction manager now," and he said, "You're now superintendent." I went, "That's great, Pete. Appreciate your confidence in me." But I said, "What the does superintendent do?" So if you're stuck stepping up to that next level, or you've been thrown in the deep end like I was, he looked at me, I'll never forget these words. He said, "You're a smart boy, you'll figure it out." Message me the word sweat more, and what I'll do is I'll send you through a link where you can book in for what's known as a triage chat, which is just a quick 15-minute call where we get together to see if we think we might be a good fit to work together or not. Because as the Spartan Warrior said, if you sweat more in training, you'll bleed less in war. Speak soon.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Spartan Warrior said, if you sweat more in training, you'll bleed less in war. General George S. Patton said, don't tell people how to do things, tell them what to do, and let them surprise you with the results. Last week, I was working with some guys in a workshop, local workshop here in Skool. Went to the morning meeting and they told me, "This is Beanie, tell us what you're here to do, Beanie." Started with the usual, been in construction, 20, 30 odd years. Have background in manufacturing as well. We're here to help out, this, that, help improve processes, that sort of thing. Defaulted to the thing that I despise the most, which is the consultant coming into a business trying to prove to everyone what an expert that they were. Wasn't until later that day or the next morning, one of the guys who runs one of the areas said to me, "What improvements have you got for my area?" At that point, I knew that I had made a huge mistake, what I'd done the day before, coming there trying to position myself as the expert. Fortunately, it twigged me because I'd read a post on LinkedIn only days before. It said, "You're paying consultants to come into your business and tell you what the people on the floor have already been telling you." And 100% right, because they're focused on the how to make it better, not the who's going to do it. That's why I'm not a consultant. Predominantly, I'm in a coaching role, but I come in as an integrator. Integrate into your team. Become one with them to get them the tools that they need so the who's can implement the how that they already know how to do. When I realised what I'd done, I went back and I flipped the script the next morning with what Chris Voss calls an accusation order. I made a mistake here yesterday, put my hand up. I'm not here to tell you guys how to do what you do. You already know how to do what you do way better than what you're currently doing. My job in all of this, the only piece that I need to do is get you what you need to be able to do that. That's it. From there it changed, completely flipped. Two lads come up, hey Beanie, can you come out and have a look at this? We've got an improvement idea. They said, come out and had a look. They were flicking through all these drawings. They had to flick through all these drawings and go backwards and forwards on their drawings to find different measurements. And the way the measurements were set out, there was a lot of wasted time. Spot on. Exactly what we wanted. That happened for the rest of the week then. People, come and look at this. Can you come and see what we're doing here that we could be doing better? Instead of me trying to tell them how to do what they already know how to do better. I'll focus on the who. Who is it here that's going to get on board? Who is going to be the catalyst that's got the things, the 4 things I'm looking for? That's not dickheads, not full of ego, coachable and humble. They're like Arnie. They want to be useful. Okay? They not afraid to improve or experiment, and they're quite happy to lead without authority, to show other people how it should be done better. Want to flip the script? I went like that. Took off. Not even in 2 weeks. What we did I ended up being there 9 days in total. What we did between all of us, when we focus on the who's, get the right who's, that we knew how to do what needed to be done, whole thing just headed in the one direction together. That's what we do inside Catalyst Academy as well. If you've been, like at the start of this video, stepped up and you haven't been given someone to work with you, a coach, wingman, they've set you up to fail. If you've promoted people, you've promoted without that same support, just gone thrown them under the bus. And I wasn't thrown. That guy that I set spec to, that wasn't his fault. He got stepped up into a construction. He got stepped up construction manager. He didn't want a construction manager's job. He was happy being superintendent. He had no intentions of ever becoming the construction manager. Although he did say tongue in cheek, good luck, you'll figure it out. He always had my back. We worked together and we worked in that pilot wingman formation for the whole rest of that job. Not that I even knew what we're doing back then, but I look back at now and I go, yeah, had to step up and learn quick. But I did actually have that person there to help me out as we went along. So yes, I did get thrown under the buses in you're stepping straight up, but I had that support there, which was the reason that I got through. Too often we don't, but it's just like good luck. And then we step them up and we go, well, they didn't really deliver what we thought they were going to deliver. Of course they didn't. We set them up to fail. Anyway, you want to know more about the Catalyst Academy, or you've got people on your project who you want to be, who is there actually on your project that you know is ready to step up, but there's just not someone backing them, or they don't have that wingman support that they should have. Another $1 million question. Have you run, I'm going to keep asking this until someone answers me. Have you run ORCA with your team yet? Hot dog, as Jing Yan says. It's a hot dog or not a hot dog? Yes, we've done it. Or no, we haven't. There is no in between. All right. Get across to construction school. Skool.com/scrum/ I should have put /about on the end of it. You haven't got the link. I'll drop the link below, actually in the comments, so you can get across. Check out what we're doing. There is a free level in there. As I say, it depends. The levels are based on speed. What speed do you want to move at? And do you want to have the highest probability of making what I talk about work? If you focus on the how and just go and look for a heap of free stuff, which I've got on my YouTube, on LinkedIn, just trying to do what I do by copying my how free stuff, you got the lowest probability and it's the slowest, most painful way of possibly doing it. I don't know, because I did it that way myself. It's horrible. You don't want to do it by yourself. Don't do it on your pattern alone. At the very least, go and join construction school in the free section and bring a wingman. Someone do it with you. You'll move way towards this line, towards you got a chance of it happening. It's not happening at the speed it'll happen with if you're working one-on-one with me or working in a group environment with me, but it'll be better, way better. Next best options, the Catalyst Academy is $191 USD a month. I'll tell you how I worked that out yesterday. It says schooner of my favourite beer at my local pub is $9.08, 30.44 days in a month, and we convert Australian dollars to US dollars on average for 2026, comes out at $190.70 per month. I'll give myself a 30-cent tip because I can't put 190 and 70 into construction school. So it comes out $191 a month. Next one is the stealth team. That's where we're working. On this one, we're focused on ORCA, specifically getting ORCA done. All right. Then we move up into what's called the stealth team labs. It's where you start building the team around you. We focus on the 4 key things that I focus on with project management, which is engagement, our crews engaged, or a verifying full kit before we even start. Do we know what our constraints are? And I always forget the 4th one. I've said the verify full kit today because I knew what that was. Constraints, B velocity or something like that. I'll write the 4 up here tomorrow so we remember what it is. That's an improvement, process improvement for me. So Catalyst Academy is ORCA. Let's see if I can get it to come back. So up here we've got one. We focus on constraints. Focus on verify full kit. We've got everything we need before we start. We focus on engagement. Engagement is actually the most important of the lot. And a 4th one isn't going to come to me right at the moment, even though I should know what it is off the top of my head. I need to get better at that. I need to be able to rattle those off. We get them 4 right, we're running a project that's going very, very, very well. ORCA. Ready to start. No, I don't want to stop. I love this, Claude. Welcome back. Love the live ORCA. April 4th. Has he got the right date? Yep. 2026, 14.4 minutes, 1% of your day, audience live debrief. Real work, real results, let's go. Step 1 is the objective. We're locking in exactly what we set out to do today. What was today's objective? Today's objective was to run the lessons learned with Claude on the client that I've just been working with to capture exactly what I do with my daily catalyst loop. So it was like, see the signal, stop it and improve it, share the learning, which I'm doing here on ORCA, and then spread the change. So I did that, but locked it in. So next time I go, I don't stand up there and look like a consultant with my daily catalyst loop. Good. Objective, run the lessons learned. Did it happen? Yes, it did. what was the result? I've created a project with Claude. We've captured the lessons learned and we have now set that up. So there's a command. Next time I go to work with a client, it's going to spit me a checklist that covers everything, all of the lessons learned from this particular last client that I work with. So I can tighten it up even further and go, all right, these are the things you speak to when you first speak to their team. For instance, the accusation audit. So the results exceed the objective. You didn't just capture the lessons, you turn them into deployable lists for the next engagement. Is there a gap or are we debriefing a win? The gap is that I should have been doing this every day from the slow, like there should have been a pre-prep day that I did and run that ORCA specifically on the work that I did with them every single day. Because I didn't have that checklist in place. I was doing ORCA myself every single day. As you know, I've done one, this is day 132, but that was more general about what I was doing to drive me towards my Misogi. I should have been capturing those lessons learned and doing an ORCA specifically to that client every single day. ORCA's not something that you don't even have to do it just once a day. It could be done multiple times a day. In fact, when I go into the next big project that I'm going to go into, we're going to use it as a tool for that as part of the daily catalyst loop. The clause is clear. No client-specific ORCA rhythm in place. The debrief was running generally, not targeted at engagement every day. That's centered in plan, communication, specific standards and procedures. The systems existed, but it was pointed at the right target. Who does what by when to make sure the next engagement has a client-specific ORCA from day one. Okay, you can do that for me right now. You can write a prompt that I will give to get the Claude to put in that MD file for client onboarding so that gets captured from day one. Let's get our ORCA action knocked out right now. At the end of every working day with a client, Claude, run this prompt, ORCA. Beanie adds this prompt to the client onboarding checklist. Done, that's your action and just got executed live on air. 6 days, 6 debriefs, and the day ORCA ate itself. You debriefed the debrief process and made it sharper for the next client. That's a compound effect in real time, right? So I'll just copy that. And I'll put that, I can do, mate, you sit here and watch that. Anyway, Saturday night, time for a little whiskey. Take that, use it, make it a great week. All the stuff that I do, this right here, I've been told over and over and over again. It's based on something that I read in the All Blacks, what the All Black legacy, what the All Blacks can teach us about business of life is create a learning environment. They tell you it can't be done. Don't listen. It can. That's exactly what we're doing in construction school. When you're ready to join in, head across and hit the apply button. Apply join, answer the 3 quick questions, and I will let you straight in. Speak soon. They told me, you can't do that here, Beanie. It might sound good in one of your books, but this is a construction site. You can't build a learning environment here. But I didn't start with a touchy-feely feel-good program or some poster. It started with a shelf. One shelf, a few books, a marble, a cricket ball, and a football. That's how you build a learning environment. Not with noise, but with signals. Signals that say, we improve here and we think here. We actually give a about getting better together. Human beings don't just need motivation. They need a purpose, autonomy, and a shot at mastery. When you build that into your environment, your team will grow and they will improve. And what happens next is they start to own the change with you. You want to build your culture? Start with a shelf.